is this?
Oh. My ex. That with younglings.
Hi everybody, welcome back to I Tackle All of the MCU. We are actually getting there. I'm waiting for one of these movies to defeat me and I stopped doing them, and so far we are getting through. Now Thor, by no means is it my favorite MCU film, but I respect the fucking shit out of it, because this movie I reckon had the hardest job out of all of the ones prior to Avengers, because this is the character that's hardest to ground or to have people take seriously, and they pulled it off. Because this could have easily gone too far or made the Avengers not as good as it was if he was just that far out there. Even in the comic books, his outfit wasn't, particularly great. It was just not great, but it's so out there. This movie works for one sole reason, and that's that Thor grows as a character. It's so easy to have a stubborn, I'm Thor and I'm the god kind of character, and to have them not actually grow or evolve, or have them say that they've grown and evolved because of what we've told and then regress right at the end and not change. They've done it really well. Thor changes as a character and grows into a king. Even though that's kind of like the whole I'm not ready to be king by the time you get to Thor 3, it doesn't matter, it was fine here. Now, this movie looks good, but I swear the cinematographer broke his neck midway shooting and just had to film everything sideways. Here, look, like this. Yeah, now I'm sideways. Do you like it? Do you like watching it like this? Does it piss you off? It pisses me off because everything's gonna be fucking straight. This camera is now about as straight as James Charles. Chris Hemsworth is a perfect Thor. He can be cocky, but likably naive. He has a lot of anger, but deep down you know that he's a good guy. I mean, he looks the part. I mean, his eyebrows are dyed blonde, but he's an Australian, he represents, man. He's one of the good things that make Australia's media not look completely shit. Alright, I'll turn the camera back. I know it's pissing you off. Natalie Portman doesn't bother me as much as she does for other fans of the MCU, or the Thor series specifically. I think she works fine here, but I don't buy the romance for a second. I don't think it was needed. They're trying to kind of give you this romance story, but really, she only loves him because he's got... I just don't think the relationship was necessary to the film. Tom Hiddleston kills it as Loki. This is another character that could have just been way over the top if not done right. I can't believe Tom Hiddleston was almost Thor in the original casting days. But he kills it here. He gives Loki much more depth than... he's not a one-dimensional character here, which I really appreciate. Odin's look in the film is fantastic. He does a great job of bringing this prowess, like what Michael Caine or Morgan Freeman brought to the... Is that a fly? Is that a fly? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you right now. Come here, motherfucker. Fuck! Ah! Yeah, get stuck in a web, bitch. Welcome to Australia, motherfucker! Sorry about that. I'm leaving that in. That's staying. So this Thor movie is wholly unique on the platform. You just got an Australian experience that no one else on this platform has had. Now, where was I? Okay, so Odin brings this presence that's just kind of... It's akin to what Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman did in the Dark Knight trilogy. He plays a bigger role than he had to, if that makes any sense at all. Selvig, I like a lot in this movie. I love seeing him drunk with Thor every time. It just kind of feels very homely, I guess, Australian, so. He also gives us a banging post-credit sequence, which I appreciate. Darcy is one of two broke girls. The Destroyer, it's still pretty cool. I really appreciate the practical effects in the town when the Destroyer is there. It really helps bring a fantastical character like Thor down to make him more believable. So I've seen a lot of what people's problem was with this movie was that it doesn't commit to one idea. It doesn't go full Asgard, and it doesn't go full Earth. And I don't think Marvel really had a choice, because they had to bring him into the world that Iron Man and Hulk existed in and have him resonate with some people, so that what he did felt tangible. It wasn't just so overpowered and out of this world that when he comes to the whole Avengers, it doesn't really blend well. I just don't think it... I think this is the safest thing that Marvel could have done. I like it. I don't think it was really bad. All the action sequences are enjoyable. Nothing really spectacular or memorable other than the opening action sequences with the Frost Giants, which I love the look of, by the way. They're still more menacing than a lot of the newer MCU villains. But yeah, other than that, the action scenes don't seem that memorable. And I think it's because Thor is human for such a large portion of the film. But like, the film had to. It felt like it was just handicapped, you know, and when he was human, you know, it brought very healthy amounts of humor to the film. Again, this is some good humor. It's not the really bad shit like later on. Nowadays, with how we're so oversaturated with superhero film content, back then with Thor, people weren't really ready for Thor or knew what to expect from a movie like this, so it had to have that Earth element to it. And it did a good job. I think it pulled it off as good as it possibly could have. So, I'm going to give Thor a 7 out of 10. Solid as hell, nowhere near as messy as Iron Man 2, it gets that extra point. But just elements like the fish out of water story and the romance just keep this from being something that was really great. There's a fair amount of stuff that's aged now, like the Rainbow Bridge at the end and what happens with that, and you can never go back to Earth because obviously, you know. But this movie should be damn well respected for the impossible task that it had. So Captain America, the first Avenger next, so make sure to subscribe. I want to see you next time. We're close to the first Avengers film. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I feel like doing something special like what I did with Joker, but I want to get these movie reviews out. I've got a lot to talk about, so I might just get straight into it like this one, and hopefully I can see you next time. Thanks, everybody.